And it's like, you have to make them uncomfortable because nobody grows from never being uncomfortable.
Right.
That is so true.
Hi, and welcome to Mom Boss Chronicles. We are your hosts. I am Jen.
I'm Sue.
And we are empowering and inspiring people through meaningful conversations. So make sure to like and subscribe to listen to great content weekly.
Welcome back to Mom Boss Chronicles. Very excited to have a past guest back with us, Veronica Ylvisaker.
Hi.
Many of you know her as a local influencer in our area and beyond. She is a mother. She is so much fun to follow along with because your humor with your husband just makes me crack up all the time.
Thank you.
But I know last time we had you on here, we were really talking more about influencer life. But the beauty of that is that now you have a following, and with that, you can use that platform for something beautiful. And so we've had the opportunity to kind of read through and chat with you about Confidence Collective, which we're really excited to hear more about, because I think in the world we live in, especially with social media, and where I'm trying to feel like I want us to have a more matriarchal society about protecting our children, especially in the society in which we live. You are coming up with some creative, thoughtful ways about speaking about the issues that teenage girls are dealing with, and not just the girls, the boys too, but you know, more or less about the image situation, how we're treating each other.
Yeah.
So, what were some, I guess, motivations behind kind of starting this?
Just being a mom of a teenage girl, and
How old
just
is
like
your daughter now?
she's 13.
Wow. Yeah,
So like in the thick.
Yes, in the thick. And also just like seeing her and all of her friends and like just seeing what they're all like going through and navigating and just being like, I just want to shake you and like, I promise this ain't it, you know? Like it gets so much better.
I know.
Yeah.
And at that age, your whole world is your friends.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so hard to see.
And you
anything else.
mentioned, you know, like trying to remember back at your age, and I do that too. I mean, I'm trying to do that with my son, right? When he does boneheaded stuff, and I'm like, oh, I did stupid. I still do stupid shit, but you know, thinking back to, and obviously it was a different time, how we were as, you know, preteens and teenage people, and that, you know, that need to kind of keep up with everybody else and who's wearing what, and
be liked.
you know, who likes who and everything. I'm just seeing that now firsthand with your daughter. And
and also just like, it's hard to like remember how much like teenagers, their whole world is how everybody else perceives them, and that is all they care about.
Yeah, how they're
so it's hard. It's just hard to like be like, this isn't it. Like, it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. Like,
and it's hard to
do
convey
what
that,
makes
right?
you happy. Yeah. So I mean, it's a rough world out there, but
you're right. I forgot about how much weight we put on what other people felt. Like we still do as women and adults, but not as much weight. I'm like, oh, that sucks if you don't like me, or that sucks, your opinion. But I'm not going to let that bring me down. But I think it's because we're older and we understand that. But when you're younger, if somebody doesn't like you, if somebody is judging you, you're devastated. Like, and it's like nothing is gonna, like, your world is ending if something embarrassing happens, and like you're never gonna recover from that.
Right.
And it's like, now I look back, I'm like, I don't even remember all of the things that I thought my world was over.
Well, that's exactly right. I think you mentioned too, like the advice that you had received was, you know, someone's not going to remember what you wore, or if you did something embarrassing, but they're going to remember how you made them feel. You know? And, Yep.
And that is like the hugest thing that I try and preach to my daughter and all of her friends. Like, at the end of the day, like, everything on the outside isn't what matters. It's the lasting impression that you're going to leave on people, and just make them feel good about themselves, and they'll never forget you.
You can think back on a name, somebody from school, and you're like, oh, they didn't make me feel good. They made me feel better. You're right. People, I don't remember what they wore, exactly what they looked like, but I remember the way they would make me feel.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple older girls in high school, I remember, that were just so nice to me. Aww. And I will never forget that. You know, they offered me rides home, and, you know, like, I think about, like, wow, like, and I follow them, you know, thankfully on Instagram, and they're still doing great things in life, you know, and I'm just like, I will never forget how kind they were during times when, like, you know, listen, you can exude confidence as a teen, but I think at the end of the day, we're all scared, right? And worried about what perception is taking place of us. And I mean, I was definitely on both ends, right? I was the aggressor and the aggressed, and it sucks both ways, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
And, you know, I think the fact that you're focusing in on honing in on trying to help, you know, lead young women to kind of like try to really get it through their little skulls, because it's hard. They don't, because you're mom, right? And like we're mom, and they don't want to hear what we have to say because you're like cringe, right?
Oh yeah, so cringe. And also like we're mom, but like it's very hard, and this is what I'm like struggling to navigate right now, is it's very hard to like separate the not taking things personally. Like she could tell me how she feels, and like the first thing that I want to say or do is be like, excuse me, like I do all of this for you. I do this like how could you feel that way about me? And then it's like you have to take a step back and be like, okay, you know, she doesn't see the picture the way that I see it, and try not to take it personally.
Well, it's not about you at the end
you have
of
to
the
like
day.
kind of get into her psyche. You're like, all right, what's her world coming from?
Yeah.
I mean, like looking at it from her angle.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
It is. It's hard. And I will be like completely real. Like I had all of this stuff, like I was like, I'm going to go on this podcast. I'm going to talk about all of this stuff. And I'm so excited. And then this weekend, like with my daughter, just like
She tested you.
absolutely rocked my world.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, who am I to talk about any of this?
So,
I don't know anything.
I'm so grateful you're starting the conversation, though.
I don't know anything. And I'm still very much so figuring it out.
Yeah.
So, you know.
As all of us parents are.
Yeah, and I think just having the self-awareness in itself is such a huge hurdle to overcome, because, listen, I think the reality is there are always going to be parents out there who, not my kid, you know, or
or just want to please their kid and not like
and be their friend as opposed to their parent. If your kid is pissed off at you, you're doing something right. If your kid is like, I hate you, and you know, whatever, you're doing something
you're
right.
putting up boundaries.
100%. And it's our responsibility.
Because there are parents out
to
there
do that.
who want their kids to like them. And I get that, because you want to have a good relationship. But if you don't give them boundaries that they need, because like I'm sure there are certain things where you're like, no, you can't do that because you're of this age, or like, and she doesn't want to hear that. And I remember being the same way and lashing out. And but at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, my mom was just doing what she could. To make sure I was okay. Like,
I mean, it's just a huge roller coaster every day.
And I just remember being that age and the emotions anyway. Like,
oh my God,
it was very emotional time. Like, you probably like, I didn't feel good. You know, like your appearances are changing. You're not feeling confident, and then you just want to lash out at everybody. Especially the people that are closest to you. And I think you do that because you feel safe with them.
I mean, I hope that's the case. But I think especially this weekend, I've realized that like she don't even know what she's feeling.
It's hard for her too.
The ups, the downs, the everything. I'm like, okay, let me take a step back now and just. It's very clear she has no idea what's going on with how she's feeling. So,
and it might not be you. Like I remember taking things out of my mom that she had nothing to do with it, just because my friends are making me feel bad, and she was my easy target.
Well, our parents are always, like, it's who you love the. This is so fucked up, but it's like who you love the most gets like the brunt.
Of your meltdown.
Yes,
because you feel comfortable to melt down with them, because you can't melt down with your friends.
No,
because you want because your friends
you're
will
cool.
Be like, because your friends will be like, then don't talk to me anymore, and you're like, no, but I need you.
I know you're younger than us, but I'm thinking to myself, like, God, if having like a teenage daughter, and then also who's going through hormonal changes and just balancing life, and then also perimenopause at the same time.
I know, it's a lot of changes.
I mean, I will say that this weekend was the first time that like both of us were PMSing at the same time. And I was like,
and it was apparent.
My husband's like, I'm just gonna like move out next time for a week because this is too much.
This is intense.
No, it's rough out there.
And do you see like obviously a slow change over the years with her and her friends, like, or what grade is she now?
She's she's finishing 7th grade. Okay. She's going into 8th grade next year.
For me, the hardest age, I think, 5th was cool. And then for some reason, like 6th. And I don't know if it was her, but something about 6th grade, everybody got so weird. And it was like that until like maybe 9th or 10th, and then we were cool again.
Yeah.
There was a few years where kids
they're rough.
They cut.
I think it's sort of like the transition of like when you're little, everybody plays together,
right.
and it's like everybody is friends.
Yes.
Whether you feel like you don't necessarily like love that person, it's not like, oh well, I'm not gonna go play with them.
Yeah.
You know? And then when you get to like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, it's like you sort of have to stick with your people.
Yes.
And like,
and you're an outsider.
that's it. And all of a sudden, all the people that you used to talk to and hang out with all the time, like, I see it. It's awkward, and they're, like, not acting the same, and I'm just like...
That's sad, right?
What are you doing? Like, you've known this person your whole life.
Yeah.
Like,
why are we just not
why is it weird?
Anymore?
Like, I don't get it.
Like, that's, like, the click
and it's
mentality.
crazy, because if they talk to each other, they probably would realize all of us are going through it.
Yes, and that's, like, a huge thing that I'm, like, trying to, like, show them. I just feel like sort of when we were brought up, it was kind of like, oh, don't let people know too much, like if they're bothering you, because they're gonna keep doing it, or don't be overly like
sensitive, or
I love you, you're my best friend, because then that freaks people out. But like, I'm trying to just show them like the people that make you feel good, tell them. Like, just tell them, like, whether it's your best friend or whoever, just say it. Say it out loud, because when somebody tells me things like that, then I feel like invincible. I'm like, oh wow, I made that person feel good. Like that's really what like brings me up.
Yeah.
And I just want teenagers nowadays to just do the things that like we learn
too late. I
want to teach them what I learned later in life sooner, so that they don't have to spend so much time figuring it out.
And this heartache. Yeah.
And I think that shows like emotional intelligence, right? It's like trying to teach that emotional intelligence. Like it is okay to uplift your friends, and actually the more you uplift others, the better you feel about yourself. And like it's like a whole circle.
It's like vibration, right? It's like when you're in a low vibration, like mean girl vibration.
Yes.
Like you at the end of the day, you probably are like, oh, I'm so mean.
Maybe that's the route. We got to get all the teenage girls together and like just do a meditation. Raise their vibration.
They would literally look at us and be like,
I would look at me like that for sure.
Vibrations. What is she talking about?
Exactly.
But it's so true, because like once you're friendly and nice and open, then you are happier and lighter.
Yes.
But they keep going to those low vibrations.
And I feel like it just builds like a better foundation of like understanding and just overall like friendship when you're more open about, hey, like, or even now, like friends, like my best friends that I have had since, I don't even know, like 5th grade, my 2 best friends, like I don't necessarily get to see them as often as I see other friends.
Yeah.
But like just to say, hey, like even though I haven't seen you or we haven't really been able to talk much, like you're still my best friend, and I'm still like grateful to have you. Yes.
Yep.
So I think it's just like voicing that instead of being like, oh well, I haven't talked to her in a while, I wonder how she feels.
Right.
Is she mad at me? Like, is she this? You know, like just say it out loud.
Yeah. You're
and it also gives the open space for them to be like, hey, like I am like upset, and like you want to talk about it, you know, like and then you figure it out. So then you have this like foundation of an open line of communication.
Yes.
And I think that's like something that's also very hard with teenage girls, is communication.
Do you think social media has made it harder for them?
Yes.
It has, right?
I think social media has made it hard for every aspect of teenage life. Yeah. Even before teenager, like preteen, like it just changes a lot of things. And I see that like the social skills that my daughter has is like, why don't you want to come downstairs and hang out with us, or like talk to people?
Yeah.
And it's just like, because they're just so like, oh well, I like sitting here on my phone and scrolling.
I'm more comfortable.
Yeah.
In my room. Yeah.
So it's hard. I mean, it's hard.
And the access, I mean, to like having social media, is there just a ton of more mean girl shit happening on like social media, or are people sharing pictures? Like what we're not there yet. So what do we have to look forward to?
I don't really know as far as
group chats,
mean girl stuff.
Yeah.
I do know that like when you see people hanging out on social media, when you're 13 and they're hanging out and I didn't get invited, you know, it's more in their face.
Got it. Yeah.
Than like before social media, like you wouldn't know who's hanging out with you because it wasn't broadcasted
Maybe
anywhere.
you heard it next week, but it wasn't
after the fact.
So it's different. I mean, and there's like a big like being left out. I think that's mainly like a huge problem.
And it's so hard because they're in high school with a group. Like us as adults, we can be like, all right, fine, whatever. Then I'm going to call my other friend or not go. But you're like, damn, I got to go see them on Monday at school. Like, it's like one of those things where you have to live with these people all the time. So that's like a little hard because they're in your face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know you're in the process of really building Confidence Collective out, and just this kind of like popped into my head, but I remember being a little girl, not in my teen years, younger, when I was still, like a sweet, not a bitchy little teenager. But I just remember my mother and her friends all sitting around and like bullshitting, whether it was like over at the time cigarettes, smoking cigarettes and like talking and stuff. But I just always remembered how it raised the vibration because they were just together, they were laughing, or they were talking shit about their husbands or whatever. And I'm wondering if even like trying to replicate something like that with like the girls, right? Like maybe it is like they come with their moms and the moms sit around and bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the girls, like, I'm sure it'll be awkward at first, like if they don't know each other, but kind of emulating that same kind of
that's like a huge thing, is because also like I feel like where this starts is with us. Yeah. Like we want them to support each other. We want them to build each other up. But are we doing that to our friends? And I think that's
so true.
That is like a huge thing. That is, you have to show them
how to be a friend
instead of telling them. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that leading by example in, I'm not talking bad to myself in the mirror today. I'm confident in what I'm wearing and like things like that. They see that, and that is where it starts. Yep. So it sort of starts with us.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely. And you're right about how we, I look so fat.
I know.
Like, my gray hair or whatever.
Say things like, how do I look in this outfit? I'm like, damn it, I said that out loud. Because like, you look great in that outfit.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I must have said out loud. Like,
and we don't think about it because it just naturally comes out. But it's like for ourselves too, we should be talk to yourself how you would talk to your best friend. Like amp yourself up how you would amp up your best friend. You can't. Because the kids are paying attention for sure.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More than we realize.
Yeah. And right, whether it comes down to looks, and listen, I'm fucking guilty of this too, but like, sometimes you don't realize you may be talking to another mom, like, that, so-and-so's mom, and they did this, and the kids overhear that.
And they're
stuff
like,
too.
You don't
and they're like, you're
and
gossiping.
Then they learn Mean Girl. Yes.
And I think, listen, we're human.
Yes.
And it is a natural thing to happen, but I guess the point being is being more thoughtful and conscious of what we're doing in front of our children too.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm like also, to a fault, like my daughter and her friends will be like, I don't know, talking about whatever, so-and-so and this and that. And I'm always like, oh, no, we're not going to be mean. And they're like, Veronica, like, come on. Like, for once, can you just
let us
be mean? Like, you don't have to be so nice all the time. And I'm just like, I know, but like it just makes me feel bad when I hear like the gossiping and stuff, and I'm just like, always remember, like everybody has their own shit going on.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
So you never know.
And I try to tell, my son's 10, and I try to tell him too when he talks about this. I'm like, how would you like it if they said that about you, or how would? And it's and I mean, it's hard because I know your daughter, you're her mom, so you're not cool. But hopefully to her friends, they feel a little safe.
Well, to that point, I've seen your daughter's friends over your house often, and like comfortable, like they're like all laying on the couch together. And I wrote that. I was like, I love that your daughter's friends feel comfortable enough in your home that to act and be that like close with you. So you're making a great environment,
which is so important because hopefully they can come to you, even if she doesn't.
Yeah, no, that is they think that I'm great.
Yeah.
She's the one who's like...
And hopefully maybe there's another mom that she can look up to. Right. It's like creating a community with each other.
Yes,
It's like, well, I love your daughter, so when she's here, hopefully she can open up to me. And hopefully my daughter can open up to you.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I think that makes life a lot easier. Cause,
I saw something about, like, it was, like, about how in caveman times, like, our brains were wired to, like, at age, like, 13, 14, 15, our brains were wired to, like, leave our family and go somewhere else in order to, like, prevent from, like, incest or, like, whatever, like, things like that, so, like, genes don't get messed up. Like, super caveman times.
To be independent,
But, like, now it's like, okay, her brain is programmed to think...
To leave me.
And leave, like, I am the worst person in the world. Yeah. Like, everybody in the family is the worst person in the world.
It's crazy, and she's got to run away. Yeah.
So I remember sending that to my friend and saying, like, hey, like, you're her godmother. Aww. Like, I'm sending her to you when she starts this.
I love that.
So, yeah, I mean, it's important, I think, because
it definitely
you could make the safest space possible for your kids, but there's still going to be things that, like, they don't want to talk to you about.
That happened.
And no matter what you do, it's never. It's not going to change that. So I think having other people around, for them to feel safe enough to talk to is really important. Yeah.
Totally, like the big sister or like another mom, like something like that. Yeah. Like I think you were said when the older girls who were so nice to you. I feel like it's also important to then tell our daughters now, if you see somebody younger who's struggling, please try to be a friend. Like,
you could 20-something years later, someone's going to remember that for sure.
Yeah, for sure, yes.
So have you thought about, like, going into the schools to talking to the kids? Or?
Yeah, so I would love eventually... I kind of just, like, have this massive idea and, like, I'm not really sure exactly what it's going to form into. But my idea would be right now to do like assemblies or something in the schools to kind of just do like a bonding or something, you know, like you don't know what other people are going through. And also we're all programmed to be like, oh, I don't want to talk about like what my big dreams are because people will think that's cringe or like whatever. Yeah. So
I think it's not cool because everybody wants to do this, but I'm the only one who's ever like, you don't want to be different.
Yeah. And I think it's important to get them to understand that everybody in this room feels the same way that you do in a different form, you know, and like to just understand that like that person, maybe I didn't like her, had some beef with her, but like there's something that we could probably relate with. And to just have that grace and like open mind when you're around people and to just think, okay, well, not everybody is my enemy.
We all are feeling insecure. And we all have more in common than we realize.
Totally.
Everybody's just trying to make it through life.
Just
like these like middle schoolers. They were just trying to make it through middle school, having the best experience. At the end of the day, I'm sure that's what all of them want. They want to go through middle school with friends and have a good experience.
Right.
Yeah.
But instead they're like, and I know this, you're kind of like the queen bee, like turning on each other and you know, following
what you think looks better to everybody else. Yeah.
And it's a crazy how every generation goes through this.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like it's such a weird...
but navigating with different variables.
Yeah.
Right? And I and who knows, you know, maybe our parents had a different variable that affected them in navigating their parenting us as teenagers.
Honestly,
but like the social media shit, I think is like just makes life so much harder.
Envy our parents and like getting to parent back then must have been so great.
You're like
there was zero
go out,
access
don't come home.
to information that you didn't want or need and yet it wasn't in your face all the time. It wasn't like, oh well, this is what's happening or you need to do this and you need to, they just like chilled.
No,
they did whatever they wanted to do and they just chilled out. They didn't have a worry in the world.
But I feel like kids back then were really bad too. I don't know, not the 80s movies.
Got into different I guess we got into different trouble.
Yes.
But it, you know, maybe we set the
but also,
on fire,
like,
but we weren't like watching
the memories that we have from that.
From getting lost or having parties in the woods.
I mean, listen, I would take that over like doing some stupid TikTok like challenge that maybe hurts somebody else.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or like is gonna put people in safety in jeopardy.
And I feel for them, or recording something that they'll regret for years.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yep.
Because they're doing things, I'm sure, for likes or clout, and then are you ever gonna regret that?
Right.
Like,
and the whole like Snapchat, I guess stuff and
so
sending, we were not sending nudes.
No.
And that's something, actually Scott Arnone brought up to me, and I didn't think about this in high school, but like if kids are sending questionable photographs to each other, that is technically child pornography. And like that's so scary.
It is.
And then there's also sickos.
I know.
Yes.
That are preying,
I know, it's a crazy world.
Right.
We did a show years ago, Little Kids, Little Problems, Big Kids, Big Problems.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
When they're little, it's like, you need a nap.
Yeah, right. And a snack.
Yeah, you're just hungry or tired.
Are you tired?
Yeah. And now that they're bigger, it's like, oh gosh, these are problems. And we don't have answers. But I love that we're talking, right? Like, I
think that's what we have to do.
Yeah. There's no exact answer. We're going to treat it this
Everyone's
way.
figuring it out. And I think the more you understand that we don't know anything and we're navigating it as we kind of go along, we don't.
And I think for a child just to hear it, even if your daughter doesn't want to admit it to you, like saying like everyone's feeling insecure, like maybe when they hear that, they're like, oh, everybody is. Mm-hmm. Like they're not going to admit to you like, oh, you're right. But that
not today, but
that
she might.
Some sort of reassurance. Be like, okay, like.
Yeah. Oh, there's going to come a point where she'll come around and be like, you know what, Mom?
Yeah.
That happened to me. I remember my mom and I had a really tough relationship. Like we were not friends, but she never gave up on me. And now she's my best friend.
Yeah.
But I always took things out on her because it was easy. If I was in a fight with my friend, if I didn't like the clothes I had, if I wanted it, like whatever it was always hers. She was my punching bag. And I feel bad. But at least she has somebody to lash out on,
Yeah. I mean, I was the same way with my mom when I was younger. So, and I just keep I was talking about this with my family last night, and I'm always make sure you say hi to your grandparents and give hugs. And then I'm like, why do I still need to tell you this? You're 13 years old. What the hell? But then I'm like, I remember how I was at her age, and I was a nasty human. No, I can't even believe that people were even talking to me because I was scary. And I said to my grandparents yesterday, I'm like, I know you guys remember how I was, and I was exactly like she is.
What did they say? Were they like, yes, you were? Or did they put it out of their minds?
No, they were like, yeah, I remember.
Oh, that's so funny. So you went through that too?
Yeah. And so I'm just like, see, just it gets better.
Yep.
What did you feel like it changed for you? Was it high school or after high school?
I'm not sure. I feel like it was probably after high school where
we had some distance from everybody. I think once you have distance from the people in your life, that could be a little toxic.
Maybe some life humbling experiences.
I think it was realizing that when you're happier and you smile and you're kind and nice to people, it gets you way further than it does when you're nasty.
Yeah.
And I say that to my daughter all the time. I'm like, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. And she's probably like,
and it's so true with even our work. But it's true. Even in work, in our line of business, it is so true. You being the mean person to me in a real estate deal is not going to get you any further than you actually being nice and working this and it's so true. And even that's a karma principle. You do good, more good will come.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. And my daughter rolls her eyes at me all the time. But I'm like, one day she'll get it.
Oh, one day she's going to call you every day and be like, Mom, Mom,
I just had coffee.
Mom, what should I do? And you're going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah. Now it's like, hey, how was your day? Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
What'd you do? Nothing. Okay.
Can I get a new bat, Mom? Right.
Yeah, literally just had this conversation yesterday. Oh, my swing is off and I keep going underneath the ball, so I think it's my bat. And I'm like,
oh my gosh,
no.
They always want, right? Give me
no. Hell no.
Right.
I'm not buying you another bat.
Is she in sports?
Oh yeah, she's awesome. Huge in softball. So
I feel like that's great. I feel like children this age need something
kids
to
need
feel
to be
confident
in
about.
that, and they need to be in something. We can't be home
because I
doing
think what
nothing.
happens is like when you stay stagnant with a group of friends and you don't have any other friends, and like then you can get in a toxic relationship with each other.
Yes.
But if you have friends from sports, friends from school or dancing or different like then it's kind of good.
There was a long time where actually like her friends were on her softball team, and like she didn't even really care about people from school because like she knew that like her friends were on her softball team.
Yeah.
Now she's made a lot of friends in school
Outside
and
of
stuff
that,
like that. So it's different now, and I was actually like I could deal with this because like, she has a bad day at school. It's like, okay, whatever, because that doesn't really matter. I know I have my friends like elsewhere.
Yeah. It's good to diversify.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I know when one friend betrays you, if that's your only group, then you're like, I remember
your world is over.
Rough.
Got it.
It's over.
Got it.
Yeah.
Your mom can never give you any advice to make you feel better. Like, you're just gutted to your core.
Everyone's talking shit about you.
Yes.
You're walking down the hallway.
Might as well move to another state.
Yep. There was so many times when I was in middle school and high school where I was like, Mom, can we please just move somewhere else?
Yeah.
I remember feeling that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like just wanting to run away. And my heart breaks because it's one of those things where it's like, unfortunately, we all go through it.
Yep.
And it will get better.
Yeah. Those teenage years are rough, man. But
and I feel like also a lot of parents nowadays just like want to make it better.
I know. They
and
don't
like,
want to see their child suffer.
you don't want to do that. Okay, we won't do that. And it's like you have to make them uncomfortable because nobody grows from never being uncomfortable.
Right.
That is so true.
So
because we just want to solve, and I get it.
Yeah.
But
whereas like our parents were like, no,
figure it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And us, we're just like, oh no, like we want to make everything
Want to
better.
pacify everything.
Yeah,
that's not a good life lesson.
It's not teaching them anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I think that's probably why I'm just going to give a nod to all the millennials out there. I think everyone is pretty capable of figuring shit out.
I think that is what our generation does the best. Like, I will figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid in life at all because I'm just like, you know what?
You'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. And that's something that the new generation is lacking.
Yeah, they're like, well, how do we do it? So I remember when I worked in corporate, they were like, we want you to make like an opera, like how your timeline, your checklist. And then I was like, either you know it or you don't. Yeah. And if you don't know it, you figure it out. I don't want to sit here and really explain. And how maybe someone else comes up with their own way of doing it. Like, because that's the whole point, is to use your brain.
And what works for you.
Right.
Yeah. If I wanted something, I was going to figure
You're going to figure it out.
And that's what scares me about that generation.
Figuring out freaking coding in MySpace so that I could have it pink and play a certain song when people came to my page. And like, I was figuring that out. Nowadays, it's like, Mom, like, I can't find my belt. I'm like, did you look?
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked everywhere. I can't find it.
I know.
Okay, well.
Then you don't have a belt today, so then figure out what you're going to do.
Exactly. Or like, just like anything with like school, I can't do it. And I'm like, well, why?
Yeah.
Like, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You just have to have the urge to figure it out.
Yep.
I know, like our generation, we failed, right? And sometimes people didn't always see us failing because it wasn't so public.
Yes.
I do get concerned for the alpha generation because everything's cringe.
Yes.
And I get that, and it's funny, haha, cringe. But truly, are they afraid of being cringe and failing? Like, I hope that they understand life's lessons are in failing.
Yep.
I hope they understand that it isn't being cringe.
Yep.
It's stepping outside the line where somebody thinks like, oh, God, that's embarrassing. But that's the beauty in it.
I think that's what we need to probably really drive home to
And
the kids,
also,
is like
like,
being unique and different and outside
and
of
failing.
Right.
Is okay.
You're always going to be cringe, no matter what.
Yes.
There is going to be a time in your life where you look back when you thought at that time you were the coolest, you looked awesome, and then you look back and you're like, oh.
Thinking.
So, like, there's no avoiding the cringe.
Right.
There will always be cringe.
like wearing business casual to the club.
Oh my gosh. I know, I look at this and I'm like, what?
Although I've noticed that's making a comeback. But
round toe patent leather pumps that were like so the hottest thing ever. Now I'm like, ugh, why would we ever wear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we were cute at the time.
Yeah.
Hey. So like, what do you what's the vision? So obviously, potentially attending assemblies and helping kind of like shed light,
Yes, I really want to do a lot of like mother-daughter bonding type of things.
Yep.
I'm working on planning a first event just to kind of have like moms and daughters come and then do some like bonding exercises. Yep. We ask some questions that they wouldn't usually ask their daughter and see, like, just to get to know your mom and your daughter on a deeper level because
I love that.
Yeah, like I know my kid, I know what she likes, I know her interests and things like that, but like do you really know like her on a deeper level? And I think we need to also allow them to know us on a deeper level.
I was going to say, like, your vulnerabilities. Like your daughter having access to know, like, what scares you.
Yeah.
And, like, what scared you maybe when you were her age, too.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, because I think that when you have that foundation of, like, oh, I know her and not just, like, what she likes, then
our surface level life.
Yeah, it has a better foundation for them to really open up to you.
I love that idea. And I can't remember what we did, but there was a couple instances where my mother forced me to do some things with her. And I remember kicking and screaming, like, I don't want to fucking do this. Like, I want to hang out with my friends or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, after the fact being like, all right, I kind of like that. Like, that was cool, you know? So I just love that idea. I think that's really great. And I think you'll have a lot of people interested in participating in that too. So. Because I think like a lot of teenage mother-daughter relationships, as we very well know, are tough. Like my mom fucking butted heads a lot too. And so I think trying to figure out the way to smooth it out a little, you know, and then in the meantime, like to your point, I think just having that platform will help build.
Yeah. And just kind of harping on to be nice to each other. Like, your friends, like, be nice to your friend. You don't know what she's going through.
Yeah.
Like,
and to just, like, show them that, like, you don't have to, like, not every girl is your competition.
I know, like, the pick-me girl, right? Like, everything's like...
Oh, nobody wants to be a pick-me girl.
Oh, yeah. True, but at the...
she's such a pick-me, blah, blah, blah. Or this person called me a pick-me. Like, okay.
But it's like, you're all trying to get, I'm sure, the same guy's attention or want to look a certain way. Because you all want to be... the most popular or liked. But we all did. So, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But it's like teaching each other to be nice to each other. Just be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
and also teaching them that, like, say somebody gets the award, your best friend gets the award that you really, really wanted. It is okay to be disappointed and happy for your friend at the same time. Like, two things can exist at once. And I think getting them to understand that, like, you don't have to be mad at your friend because you're upset that you didn't get it. You can still be happy for them and be upset at the same time.
Yeah.
So
you could still show up for them. And like, I'm so proud of you.
Right.
Yeah.
And also be like, and I'm hurt, but I'm proud of you. Like,
Yeah, and I feel like we're just sort of trained to look at other women as competition. And it wasn't until I got older when there's like events and like networking and stuff like that to where you learn like, okay, wait, other women can really help me. And if we can teach that at a younger age, then we wouldn't spend so much time hating each other.
I could go down a whole rabbit hole on why that is, why over generations women have been pitted against each other, because when we do actually come together and collaborate, we can move mountains.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're right. We're powerful. We're more powerful together.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, scarily.
And I feel like we were conditioned to think there was not enough room at the top.
100%.
Exactly.
It's really sad. We were conditioned to think there wasn't enough room. There's only one queen. No, there's more than one queen.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's also okay to like not want to be the queen.
Yeah. Totally. You're right.
Yeah. Like, if you don't want to be at the top, and
that's
you just,
okay. Yeah,
that's totally okay.
We're support
system.
Too. Yeah.
And there's beauty in like at one point in your life wanting to be something, and then at another point in your life you decide that's not really what I want.
Right. Totally.
And it's not cringe
to change your mind or
no.
Yeah.
No, we brought that up. Actually, we were talking about what it means to be a mom boss.
Yeah.
A couple episodes, and we brought you up because you had a previous career.
Yeah.
How you changed your mind.
You pivoted. Yeah.
And that's the beauty. But I think the crux of this that I really appreciate is that it's a focus on helping our children. And I think that in our society, I don't know why it feels like sometimes the kids get pushed aside, or I don't know, neglected, like their needs
or their emotions,
emotions get kind of pushed aside, or
like get over it,
or, but that's not true. We really need to be doing everything we possibly can to protect them, even if it's from themselves sometimes,
I know, and each other,
right?
And showing them that having big dreams or not having big dreams or like whatever it is they want, like talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed of it. And
there's more to life.
Put it out there. Manifest it. You know, like things like that. Nobody told us to do that.
No.
Oh my God, I wish we talked about.
It was always like, oh, don't talk about it because then maybe it won't happen. Or if you don't live up to that, then everybody's gonna
think you're a failure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas,
or even poo-pooing your dreams. Oh,
he'll never get there.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of dream is that? No, you're gonna get a corporate job and you're gonna work there for.
Or you're gonna be a
50
mom
years.
and that's it.
Yeah. Right. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I love what you're doing, and I'm really excited to see what else comes out of it, and we'll be happy to share everything along the way too.
And I'm sure there's some sort of social media element that can even come out, like an online community that can grow for people.
Definitely. I eventually end goals would be like having an app.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like things for just like moms and daughters to just be able to.
Oh, that would be kind of cute too.
Connect.
Like even like an app where like mom and daughter almost like
take a quiz or
take a quiz or like ask questions.
Yeah. So I am working on like a journal.
I love
where,
that.
Like, you can
I love that.
fill out some prompts and then you pass it back and forth.
Yep.
So it's not like necessarily like I feel like people feel more comfortable writing things.
Yes, 100%.
Than saying them out loud.
Remember having like books? Like, did you have a book with your friends where you would write like some?
And my mom used to take it and steal it and read it, and then I would get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's all a good time.
Yeah.
We don't have the answers, but at least we're working towards them.
Exactly.
I love what you're doing, Veronica. Like, as a mom of a teenager, oh my gosh, so necessary. Like,
Thank you.
Beautiful
Your daughter
work.
is lucky to have you.
Yeah.
And I know in the moment she may not realize it.
Hopefully one day she'll realize it.
I have a 5-year-old now, so in 8 years I'll reach out to you. Your daughter will be older, so maybe she can give my 5-year-old 13th time advice. Like,
awesome. That's another thing.
That's probably
like,
too, right?
You do this with me.
Yes.
But now she's like,
yeah. But maybe even pulling in some like older teens, young 20s to like also give their testimonial.
Yeah. You know, like just to talk about like what did you struggle with, and just so they realize that like even the coolest freaking person in the world, their idols, Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, like whatever, they all have issues that they struggle with. Every single one of them. So, and they're probably very similar to your own.
Yeah.
Maybe if they start realizing that, then they'll give themselves more grace.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for
more
having
to come.
Make sure to follow Veronica. Your Instagram's your biggest following still?
Yes, very Veronica Y.
Yeah, love. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe for more great content. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.